Hey friend, it's Stacy, saying hello with a Summer of Sabbath replay. You are listening to episode 24. Sounds boring. Sabbath Empty Spaces. Hi, I'm Stacy Holmes, and this is Glordinary, a few moments where we celebrate God's glory and champion the ordinary. I'm glad you're here. It's a big day in the Holmes household. After 21 years, John and I said goodbye to the first piece of furniture we bought for our newly married lives. Oh yes, our first purchase post-honeymoon was a dresser we bought at our local grocery store/furniture retailer with a coupon. Yep, and with the high-quality furniture available between the produce and pharmacy departments, you're probably surprised said dresser's been cobbled together for about 20 of those 21 years. Alas, the beginning of 2024, I declared this the year of its eviction. We're officially grown-ups now. The reason for such motivation goes back to John, my programmer/engineer by day and carpentry wizard by night. And since we're lifetime members of the tiny house movement, apparently, he cooked up a plan to carve out extra space in our castle. "Stace," he says to me, "if I blow out the back wall of your closet, I've got like 6 feet of empty space above the basement stairs that I could utilize." He sees opportunities. I see drywall dust. But after about a decade, I relented. So long as we bid so long to that oh-so-special dresser with the peeling veneer and the cockeyed drawer. As John hoisted it out of the bedroom last week, I was reminded how this all began. John saw an empty space, a vacuum of potential closet real estate. That empty space? Well, it bothered him to just sit and be still, knowing it was there. And I don't think he's the only one uncomfortable with empty space. What do you do with empty space? What do I do? And I don't mean the space behind your closet wall. No, when I say empty space, I mean as it relates to our Summer of Sabbath. Yes, our summer series where we reset our mind, body, and soul with a Sabbath stop, rest, delight, and worship. So, let's chat more about worship. The way Sabbath is different from self-care or me time because it orients us back to our Creator, the one who specializes in empty spaces after all. And I'm curious if Sabbath worship often flows from an odd starting place. Any guesses? Boredom. Yes, boredom. It's kind of a cultural curse word, I know, but hear me out. When we talk about Sabbath, we paint this amazing picture of restorative rest, delight stacking, and soul-filling satisfaction. And for sure, it is all of those things. But what we don't really talk about is the boredom. Oh, it's true. You see, once we finally stop for even just a few moments, we grow a little restless. We don't know what to do. It's uncomfortable, awkward, and yes, even a little bit boring at times. And we don't do boredom well, right? We aren't comfortable with empty space. Perhaps one of the best definitions I've found for boredom is from the book An Unhurried Life by Alan Fadling. He says boredom is, quote, a way of describing how the empty spaces between our hurried activities feel to us. Do you need that one more time? It's okay. Me too. Let me say it slower so it sinks in. Boredom is how the empty spaces between our hurried activities feel to us. I still don't love boredom, but I sure appreciate his definition more than ours. You see, we define boredom as being lazy, inefficient, unproductive, and the devil's playground. We push against and panic at its arrival. It's why we Google boredom busters for our kids, and we overly stuff the boring, empty spaces. If we're waiting in traffic, phone. Doctor hasn't come in the exam room yet? Quick, pull up Amazon and click, add to cart. Boom. We can't risk a moment of boredom. But what if our soul is actually longing for boredom and empty spaces? What if we stopped frantically and frenetically filling our lives to maximum capacity? Would we even know who we are anymore if all the activities stopped, if all the extras fell away? What if, for one day, we welcomed the empty spaces between our hurried activities as a gift? What could emerge from Sabbath boredom? It sounds counterintuitive. Yes, I know. It's the worst possible sales pitch, Stace. Yes, I know. But Sabbath allows the luxury of discomfort in those empty spaces. It allows room for boredom to bubble up. And what might God uncover in us if we stopped covering up all the empty spaces, even for one day a week? Psalm 46:10 provides a grid for how to embrace those uncomfortable and unhurried spaces. You might be familiar with the ancient text, but it's spot on for guiding our cultural discomfort with boredom. It reads like this: "Be still and know that I am God." Be still. It's a Hebrew word meaning, are you ready for this? Stop. Enough. I feel like there's another word we've been discussing all summer that means to stop. Oh, right. Shabbat. Sabbath. Stop and know that I am God. Secondly, when it says and know, in the Hebrew, it means to acknowledge, to recognize. Stop and acknowledge. It's one of those we know that we know deep down in our gut. Lastly, be still and know that I am God. What are we recognizing? What are we acknowledging? That He is God, not me. That I am not enough to run the show and rule the universe. But He is the eternal one, the Ancient of Days, the first and last, former of the formless, filler and fulfiller of all the empty spaces in me and in you. When I find myself antsy and anxious about downtime, feeling all the discomfort of slowness, unhurriedness, and even boredom, I'm reminded of this verse in Psalm 46:10. It steadies me away from simply utilizing the Sabbath for self-care and reorients me back to Christ, the Lord of the Sabbath. I've grown to love praying the scriptures, and this verse, Psalm 46:10, is a definite fan favorite of mine. I like to say it aloud slowly or repeat it in my mind like this: Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. And just like that, I'm reminded again that the empty, unhurried, even bored places in my heart and life are full of God's presence and potential, just like my bedroom closet. Friend, let's reorient ourselves this Sabbath. Sit with your boredom, the empty spaces between your hurried life activities. Lean into the discomfort. Let's be still and know that He is God. Let's stop and acknowledge that He alone is God. Until next week, remember, you're not alone in this. I'm praying for you, friend. Have a glordinary day.